what you have over here is just a visual, simple visual that shows what we did versus what the governor's office had suggested we do back in February. When he introduced his budget, page 30 of his budget book, $37.3 billion in spending, as Senator Menard noted. We lived within that. He had an unbalanced budget, though. We have now filled that in to actually come up with a surplus. And we did that by actually implementing bills that help achieve reductions in spending, the pension reform bill, local government consolidation bill, procurement reform bill, and we made a lot of cuts to specific line items to help achieve spending reductions. And then we actually also passed a revenue bill that helps fill in the needed revenues to balance. We've all known all along we're going to have to deal with both sides of the ledger, revenues and spending, to actually come up with a balanced budget. I today really urge the duelers here to put down their swords and come to the table and negotiate in good faith. We, the Senate, have done this. We have done it with the support and help of Republicans in the Senate. The Brady Group, or Brady Bunch, has met at least 15 times. The budget that we passed is not a Democratic value budget entirely, the way we would do it. It clearly reflects priorities in the way Republicans would want to go about developing a budget. That's why we lived within the governor's spending limits that he had proposed, and that's why the revenue, as you're going to hear from Senator Hutchinson in a moment, lives within the spending and new revenues that they had negotiated with us at the table. We now need the governor and the House to join in and get a balanced budget. We have been doing the responsible thing in the Senate. I know it's easy to lump us all into the same group of ineffectual, we haven't gotten our jobs done. Well, we in the Senate did do our jobs. We stood up, we passed a balanced budget. We now need everyone to step up and do their jobs and do this for the state of Illinois. Too many folks out there, I mean, this to me is heartbreaking. I've been trying to keep it together all day long because I know when we don't do this, what happens out there across the state in terms of universities laying off. We've heard today about 2 more universities doing huge layoffs, kids who are not going to be able to go to school next year because their universities can't possibly keep the MAP grants going for them. All the social service agencies that are laying off, domestic violence shelters have not gotten paid for a year. Story after story, we all know it. We need to do our jobs. Everyone needs to help the Senate fill in and be the responsible folks. We're not alone being the responsible folks in the room.